Good evening, everybody. I'm Dr. David Wallace, chair of the Berklee College of Music String Department. My pronouns are he, him, his. And welcome and congratulations on surviving day one of the Berklee Global String Program 2022. How are y'all doing tonight? All right. So what we're going to do in the evening shifts, this is going to be part faculty concert, part open mic and masterclass. So we'll start each night by having a number of faculty perform for you guys, and then we'll turn it over to you. And so if you've got something that you would like to share and play for us, we can do that. We'll be giving folks some positive feedback as well as some encouragement about what could be perhaps better. But mostly it's a chance for you to share what you do well. It can be any style, any instrument. You can sing. And it's just a chance to kind of get to know each other a little better as a community. So the exact timing will be kind of fluid every night. We'll finish in here about 8:15 to give us a chance to go back over to 11:40 to jam until 10 o'clock. So we're going to start tonight's set with an amazing professor of cello, Eugene Friesen, an ensemble leader, a Grammy winner, one of the earliest members of the Paul Winter Consort, and also a wizard with various styles of improvisation and electronics. Please welcome Professor Eugene Friesen.
Thank you, David Wallace. Some years ago, I spent literally hundreds of hours listening to recorded whale songs. The humpback whale makes such an incredible sound. And many of the sounds remind me of the fine tones a cello can make, so of course I wanted to go to meet one and couldn't figure that out. But I went with our group down to Baja, California, where the gray whales come to give birth to their baby whale calves in the month of February. And we went out in a bay with our rowboats, and we were told there were about a dozen mother whales out there, so we knew we'd see one because, of course, they're mammals. They breathe air like we do. And before long, way off in the distance, we saw a whale come up. And with a great spray, she let loose all the old air in her lungs, took in fresh air, disappeared under the water. And even from a distance, we could tell she was huge. I'll never forget what my friend said. He said, "Whoa." He said, "You know, an animal that big could blast this little rowboat to smithereens. You do realize that, don't you?" So we were kind of thinking that over, wondering where that or some other whale would come up next, when we were totally stunned when a mother whale came up right next to our little rowboat. Came up so close, I literally could have reached out and touched her with my hand. But the way she came up was so slow, so graceful out of the water that we didn't feel the slightest bit intimidated or frightened. I honestly think she was just as curious about us as we were about her. Yeah, one flick of a muscle could have sent us on a whole boat flying, but something about that moment of eye-to-eye contact with this massive and massively intelligent creature, it just absolutely stopped me in my tracks. I'll never forget it. And I wanted to make some music that commemorated that experience for me. So this is a piece that has the recording of a humpback whale song that I have loved listening to. And I've using some effects on it in my looper and so on, in a piece that I call Humpback Harmony. I want to play something I've been working on recently. This is in a blues form. It's a 16-bar blues in 7. The loop is in 7/8. Then it has some melodies in 7/4. And then I tend to solo over it in 7/2. Just for ease sake.
Eugene Friesen, everybody. So one of the things we have at Berklee is a very robust American Roots program, which is kind of its own part of the school, where every week we have visiting artists and people can just sign up for lessons. It's not for a grade or additional charges, but we also have ensembles that fit within the American Roots program, as well as you can get a minor in American Roots Studies, you know, regardless of what you major in at Berklee. And so a lot of our graduates have gone on to have really great careers in both new acoustic music, bluegrass, blues, rock. And so representing one of the representatives of the American Roots program this week is a wonderful alumna, Brittany Carlson, a bassist, a singer, a songwriter, and a master of many styles of jazz, blues, totally original things, and I have no idea what she has in store for us tonight, but she also has some good jams and classes for you this week. Please welcome Brittany Carlson of the Goodbye Girls.
When I play bass in an ensemble, love just grooving and doing with time, sound, and when I play by myself, I love exploring the different sounds of the bass and different timing feels. So I'll present first a Carter family song. I first met you down in Lover's Lane. You looked just like an angel with an angel's golden wings. walked along, we hummed a song the birds were humming too. Would be like heaven here on earth if I could be with you. You're just the girl of my dreams, though it seems that my dreams never come true. At night we'd sit out in the old porch swing. The stars were shining brightly and softly you would sing. You'd sing of happy days gone by, it makes me happy too. Would be like heaven here on earth if I could be with you. You're just the girl of my dreams, though it seems that my dreams I first met you down in Lover's Lane. You were just like an angel, my little brown-eyed Jane. We walked along, we hummed a song the birds were humming too. Would be like heaven here on earth if I could be with you. You're just the girl of my dreams, though it seems that my dreams the end. Okay, thank you. The next one I'll just do on the bass, and it is an Ellington tune. All right, thanks so much. Looking forward to interacting with everybody this week.
And Brittany will have some classes for you on singing and playing at the same time and the art of doing that, as well as learning how to solo on the blues. So once again, Brittany Carlson. And another part of the American roots are some of the world music styles that came through the Appalachians in the South and New England, and Celtic music is an important part of that. And so we have two artists who will be representing that side of the American roots. Jenna Moynihan, who is a Berklee alum, who you can hear playing newgrass, bluegrass, old time, Scottish fiddle, you name it, she's out there and she's doing it. You may have seen her on late night television several times performing as the fiddler for the Milk Carton Kids. And also performing with her is our director of summer programs. The nice thing about Berklee is even the people who are working in the offices have bands and are touring. And so Oisin Macaulay is a world-renowned Irish fiddler, and he will be joining Jenna for the next set. So Oisin Macaulay and Jenna Moynihan.
I'll go here. Wherever you want. Or did you have a preference?
No, I don't. I thought I did, but then
But
it didn't matter.
okay. All right. Oh yeah. Well, so close. So close.
Very Berklee stand.
I know.
You
That's
remember?
That's what you learn here at Berklee. You
Don't trust the
tighten
stand.
the mic stand. Well, it's great to see you all again. I've seen most of you today, and it's so fun to be here and working on tunes by ear. I think we'll each play a little tune and then play a set of tunes together.
Sounds like playing.
Do you want? I'll play. I'll play my set. Little tunes come first. Yeah. Yeah, as David mentioned, lots of different styles, but the thing that got me really excited about playing this instrument and the thing I maybe feel the most at home with is still this Celtic umbrella of styles of playing. So this is an old tune called Give Me Your Hand, an Irish tune, and then I think I'll play a quick jig, and maybe another tune after that, but I'll let you know after they happen what they're called.
Jenna Moynihan. So we're very, very proud of Jenna because years ago I remember playing in schools with Jenna to like publicize the program that we all are very proud of at Berklee. And I remember seeing her final recital when she played some of her own tunes, and she's an amazing, amazing composer as well. And ever since she's left, she's done such amazing things, and we're super, super proud. Please give it up to Jenna Moynihan. We're very lucky to have her here for the week. And see, that's the thing. She has to keep coming back because she's one of us. That's lucky for us. I'll play a quick couple of tunes. The first one is a slow air, which we're very fond of doing in Ireland. We like to wallow in our sorrow quite a bit, and because we're good at it. It's one of the things we're good at. I won't mention the rest because they're not very family friendly. Not anything salacious or anything, but this one is written by a bouzouki player is his kind of trade, but he's much, much more than that. A guy called Donal Lunny, and you might have heard of him. He's one of Ireland's greatest composers, arrangers, and producers, actually, of many of the records over the years. And this one's called For Declan, who was a member of the crew of the band Moving Hearts. And if anyone remembers Moving Hearts, it was like a rock and roll band with uilleann pipes. So it was Irish music with sort of pop and rock background. It was, for the time, quite cutting edge. And now if you listen back to it, it's like Duran Duran with a couple of whistles. But it was very exciting at the time, I promise. Anyway, this tune is just super beautiful that Donal wrote. Like most of the music that Donal wrote over the years, it's beautiful. And I think I'll play something from home then. I grew up in a town called Carrick in Donegal, which is the very northwest of Ireland. And it's very like Scotland, although I won't admit that in a lot of places. So you heard it once, you won't hear it again. But this tune is called The Glen Road to Carrick, and it was composed by 3 fiddle players walking home from a late night tune in Glen on their way to Carrick. So not super exciting explanation, but explains the tune title. Don't change your strings the night before playing. Pro tip. From a not very pro.
That is the director of the summer programs at Berklee College of Music. Just, woo.
Can't direct his own tune, but
Oh, so mighty. Well, we'll play some tunes together. We were talking about, I mean, we both just did it, this medley, playing a medley of tunes. We're just, there's a little bit of a rhyme or reason to it, but not always. Just, we feel like we have these tunes in common, so we're going to play them and see what happens. This first tune is called The Lonesome Jig, and then the Noon Lassies, I think. And then
you're right.
we have it, we don't know. We don't know the third one. And that's okay.
What is the third?
You did have a name for it, a different name
Oh
than
yeah,
I know of it.
Paddy Ryan's Dream.
Paddy Ryan's Dream. We'll go for it.
It's a great dream.
This isn't it. All right.
Oisin Macaulay and Jenna Moynihan. So now we're to the part of the night where we want to turn the mic over to you. We've got time for a couple of people to play. Is there anyone who's interested in going tonight? I think since we've got cello and Celtic and roots here, that might be some of the good things to hit if you're wanting to play and get some props. We keep it very positive here at Berklee because, as you can hear, we're all very different. I can't be a better you than you can be, and you can't be a better me than I can be. And so that's kind of the ethos of the Berklee String Department. We're all kind of encouraging and learning from one another and admiring and wishing we could do what the other person did, but also doing what we do well. Any volunteers? Everyone is looking at, okay, yes, come on up. And everybody, when you play, yes, hand for courage. When you play, just introduce yourself, introduce the tune you're going to play, and then after each performer plays, I'm always going to turn it out to the audience for some positive feedback, giving people some props and some things they could be proud of. Then we'll turn it to the faculty for some more positive feedback, and then if there's any pointers we can give to help things be maybe that much better, or maybe just trying something different, you know, we will do that. So please come on up.
Hi everybody, my name is Maya Connolly, and I'll be playing the Adagio from Sonata Number 1 in G minor by Bach.
Fully played. A few words of props for Maya. Raise your hand if you had something. Yes.
Thank you.
Gorgeous tone and vibrato. And yeah, you last year I don't remember you using the whole bow, but like this, every single inch, well distributed, good dynamics, good phrasing. What else? Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, and this is a dry hall, so to have that kind of projection and centered tone, that's an accomplishment in this room. Yes.
Thank you.
And this was a real performance, you know, just in memorized, you know. Let's have some comments from, let's have some comments from faculty. You know, there's a kind of a folk element to Bach. Let's hear from the Celtic folks, a few props from you. Yeah.
Thank you.
You were so present as everything unfolded, and I'm always thinking about melody, and I felt I was with you the whole time as it just you brought us along with you, and your tone,
Thank you.
And another thing kind of together with that, keeping us together with the tone, but also the timing. This is a particular movement which is very free, and if you're not careful, the time can meander, but we never lost a sense of the meter, and that's something that's really important to us at Berklee. One of the things that is a requirement of any string student at Berklee is you gotta play some unaccompanied Bach. And I didn't force that on everything, but the faculty said, you know, we really think it's important. And so even if someone's playing like a Kamancha, a Persian spike fiddle, they're doing unaccompanied Bach as part of a way to learn how to phrase and play harmony with yourself. So we hit all the different styles. And I'm going to turn it over to Jason for a little more specific feedback, because Jason is also a Bachaholic who enjoys, he has a master class where actually the students will be improvising on Bach fugues. But Jason, if Maya brought this into a lesson, what would be some of the feedback, positive as well as constructive?
Such an amazing job, and Bach is like you're just by yourself and filling the room, and there's so much history behind it as well, and so many people have performed it. We have great references. Who's your favorite? What is your favorite recording of it? I'd be curious.
My favorite recording is It's a Perlman.
Ooh, it's on Perlman. Yes, that's so important. No matter what style, always find different versions that you like. What do you like about it's on Perlman's version?
I just feel like the way he phrases it is so it's unique, but at the same time it's very like moving.
Moving, right? Present. And I was feeling all these things. I think your performance was very moving.
Thank you.
And you have such passion. And all the things that everyone said. The tone was there, very beautiful, very full sounding, and very present. And that's one of the most important things when you're performing solo Bach is to like be there and hang on to every note and mean. Every note has to have a purpose. And I was feeling that. Was there anything that, like, if you were to like reflect back on it, was there anything like, oh, in the practice room, this happened? Because we always, things change in the, like, we practice something. How many people practice something and then they get on stage and things, certain sections change? It all happens. So I'd be curious. that happened. So I didn't plan that. So I'll be curious from your perspective, because it's really important to reflect back, and then I'll throw in a couple things. But like, what would you say, like when you practiced it most recently to when you just performed it?
Well, I was a bit nervous coming up here, but I felt like I could have done the chords a bit smoother, and a smoother performance if I had fixed those.
Yeah, I mean, those. If I had to say anything, and like again, it was so beautiful and it was very moving performance. I would think, and sometimes nerves can get in the way of some of those full bow strokes, and those chords. Especially, you have to do zhong, and then you have to save, which means we have to breathe with our bow. And if we, and it, I know we've all been there. Sometimes, I mean, you didn't really seem nervous at all. I didn't really see it. So, um, yeah, just maybe like a little more deeper breathing as you play the chords, and thinking about different places that will help you get relaxed and centered during the performance too, because there are points in this piece where we can breathe with the piece, and that also relaxes us as well. I mean, that was really, really that would be one of the main things is just a few of the double stops, and I think you know where those were as well. Just getting those connected and feeling like you're breathing in with it, always let the violin resonate and never pushing too hard. Not that you're doing it that much. But those would be a couple of things. But yeah, you're on the right track, and it sounds wonderful. And to play solo Bach in memorized, is such a feat, and it's really tricky. And I encourage anybody to explore it. So great job.
If I may, like one.
Please.
Yeah, that was beautiful. I agree with everyone. Such a warm tone, such tasteful vibrato. Oh, thanks. Such a warm tone, such tasteful vibrato. For the chords, I encourage you. It's your feet. When you hit one chord and you had both your feet on the ground, it was like whoosh, all totally there. And I encourage everyone. I love both feet on the ground, a beautiful thing. But yeah, I really think that's going to be something that helps ground the chords and helps the violin resonate. Is especially on the chords is at both feet on the ground. Yeah, awesome.
You can always count on the bassists to keep us grounded. I think we might have time for one more person if someone's got like a bluegrass or a Celtic tune. I know we're just about to time to go over to the jams, but is there anybody who has a folk tune that they'd like to play? I'm seeing people looking over there. Do we?
If not, Harry's got to play something for us.
I don't have jazz.
What do you have? Romantic violin concerto. Why don't we do that? I'm trying to think. Tomorrow night might be good. Do you have Tchaikovsky concerto? Yeah. We'll need a little more time for that one, but yes, let's get to that because your video is really great. So that's something we'll definitely plan on. Gabe, you want to play some mandolin? Let's do it.
It's okay. I'll play backup. I don't care. I'll do whatever. I'll do both. How about that? How does it start?
where you wanted to end it.
All right, some positive feedback for Gabe and Isaac. Yes. Yeah. I enjoyed watching the audience. It's a lot of smiles, a lot of nodding and feet patting. It was engaging, definitely. What else? Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the things. Watch the instructors this week, especially like in the ensembles and classes, because it's like every different part of the bow does something. And, you know, exactly where you are is where those strokes lie very well. And also watch the mandolin, where they put the placement in terms of where the pick is. You can get an entirely different tone if you're over the fretboard than if you're right by the bridge, you know, and also the way they use the left hand to choke the strings to make the rhythm a little clearer. Good, one more from the audience. One more comment. All right, then I'm going to turn it over to the Roots folks. Brittany and Jenna, what are some of the things you'd have to say? And Oisin, you can weigh in too, but. Come on up. On mic, because we're recording these. We're not streaming it because we like just kind of having it. It's our own thing and our private thing, but we will upload them unlisted to YouTube so you all have reference to them, can rewatch them, or if you like your performance and want to download it and re-upload it to your own social media, you can do that. But this is just sort of our own little environment to hang and also get some of the feedback from the instructors.
Hey guys. Nice playing. Yeah, I really love that you guys were really playing together. And I know that's part of it. It's like informal, but you were engaged with each other, you're watching each other and responding and being fluid with what's happening, which is, you know, kind of one of the big goals, I think, playing music. I think like with a tune, a lot of times I find, especially if it's a tune that I've been playing for a long time, you can kind of get in a loop with it almost, right? Kind of have a way that you play it. So the challenge is always to kind of like get out of that loop that you might be in. And we're talking about like the bow placement and that it's like, for one thing, like right there, totally rocking for when you're hanging out by yourself or hanging out with each other and playing this tune, see what it's like to kind of see what the other ends of the spectrum are. Like how strange would it be to take these like long bow strokes on the tune? Not that that's what you're going to necessarily do when you play it, but you start to have all these different colors and dynamics that are familiar to you to kind of throw in as contrast and as different ways to shape the melody, phrase the melody, all that. Yeah, that's my 2 cents. Brittany?
Yes. Also similarly, yeah, it just seemed like you two were enjoying playing the tune. That really translated. And you had everyone along with you. I agree with what Jenna said. I encourage you to keep playing it and really stretch out on it. Yeah, I'd love to hear you guys trading melodies or trading solos and just giving yourselves room to play it for a long time and stretch the boundaries of it. Definitely.
Any other faculty?
It's my lick for the week, David, so I'm going to say so. So St. Anne's Reel in Ireland is a kind of tune that we don't play as much anymore. And when I hear it, like I go, oh my God, that's such a great tune. That's the reason we don't play it, is because we all played it so much, right? Yeah. Tunes get hackneyed, and and I love hearing it in America because the swing that you guys played with is not the swing that happens when we play it, but it's still a great tune. I was just thinking about David and his directorship of this program and the way the program works, and it's an amazing opportunity for you guys to just share with each other and take advantage of it. Don't sort of think, you know what, I'm not going to play because I'm worried about what people think. This is set up for you to go and share in a place that everyone is welcoming you to share and be yourself. And so when you get up on stage, especially going towards the end of the week, you're going to start to get more confidence. That's really important because confidence is everything when you're performing, right? So when you're actually in your element and you allow that music to take you into a space that you'll know when you're there, and you don't even see an audience, you don't hear what's going on, you're just experiencing, right? And that's what this whole thing is, at how David sets it up, is to make that space for you to express yourself. And you guys, like, when you got up there at the first, you didn't know what you're going to do. You're like, oh, we know the tune, but straight away you reacted to what each other were doing, and I love that, because you have to be prepared for anything in the moment when you're, especially when you're getting up. Earlier on, Jen and me got up, we didn't know what we were going to play. You know, perfectly honest with you, we didn't know. We put it together sitting there in 2 seconds, and then we were on stage all of a sudden. And that's cool, as long as you're prepared for that. Be prepared for anything. React to what is in the moment, not what you thought was going to happen at 6 o'clock and now it's 9 o'clock and you're on stage and you're wondering what's happening. React to what's happening now, not what you think is going to happen. And that's just, loved it. That was a great end to the evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job. Really great job. Okay, so now we're going to head on over to 1140 and we're gonna jam. So we've got you in 3 different large groups, and every night there will be faculty helping to curate the jams. We're kind of doing styles by night, so tonight is more of a roots and kind of focus, but that could shift a little depending on who's in the room. And also, occasionally people bring a chart or they want to teach us a tune. And so there's different ways that you can contribute to the jam as well. How many of you have jammed before? Okay, so some. And how many of you, this is totally new territory? And don't worry, we'll ease you into it. There's an art to jamming, and actually just even listening is participating, using your ear to pick things up or even get some chopping rhythm in the background or things. But that's what the faculty's here to help you to do. All right, so Jam Group 1, raise your hand if you're in Jam Group 1. You will be in Studio 1A. So when you walk in the door of 1140 and you will head to the left, it's on the first floor. Jam Group 2, you are in Studio 1W, which if you take a right, it will be down the hall. And Jam Group 3 will be upstairs in room 2E on the second floor. Thank you all. Let's head on back to 1140. And one last thing we need to do, we need to thank our sound and light crew for managing a great show. Thank you all. Fantastic sound all night long. Thank you. Fantastic light, too. And we got the disco ball going, so we're ready to party. Thank you all. See you over there.